showcasing the strong bond and resilience of mothers, also reminiscent of penguins, animals considered to be extremely maternal in nature. The film is an emotional thriller that focuses on the abduction of the child of a young mother currently expecting her second child. The film transports us to the dense forests and landscapes of Kodaikanal and explores the mysterious abduction, the trails that lead to the big revelation, and in the entire journey, keeping its core and thread unbroken, at least they try to be, the bond between a child and a mother. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether the movie is worth your time on Amazon Prime Video or not. The good. Cinematic shots and main background score. What is undeniable is that many frames of the film are extremely visually appealing. The color palette of the film is extremely desaturated despite the landscape in which it is set. The dense forests of Kodaikanal extremely grey and gloomy in order to transport the viewers to the bleak setting. There are several shots in the film that takes a wide angle, either capturing the vast surroundings the story is set in or zooming into the characters communicating intent with great conviction. Visually, many cinematic shots will stay with you. Santosh Narayan is to be appreciated for the main background score in the film. Even though the other tracks that play in the background are completely misplaced, which I will come to later, the main background score that you hear a glimpse of in the trailer is the one that becomes memorable, developing the anxiety and intrigue, even if it is a little bit, much needed for this otherwise underwhelming thriller. Rhythm and Cyrus. The two characters that leave a lasting impression on you in this poorly executed thriller are Rhythm and Cyrus. Keerthy Suresh is a very capable actor, and the nation knew that with Mahanati. She plays the role of Rhythm in Penguin, a woman expecting her second child, still in the quest to find her lost son. Keerthy Suresh possesses the warmth and maternal instinct required for the role, a character that is ready to withstand any roadblocks or impediments in her journey to find Ajay. The problem, however, is that due to the poor execution of direction and writing, Keerthy Suresh has to do all the heavy lifting in the film, and it cannot salvage the several loopholes, clunky screenplay and slow narrative. No matter how big of a Keerthy Suresh fan you might be, the demerits of the film stand out and overshadow her otherwise earnest performance. My favorite character of the film is Cyrus, the black Labrador in the film. If you watch the movie, he is technically the most responsible and the knight in shining armor, always saving the day in this film. He is even expressive in several scenes of combat and anguish. Now imagine, I'm praising the dog in a review of a film. There has to be many things out of place, right? Well, let's get right into it. The underwhelming aspects. Jarring subtitles. Before I talk about the technical aspects of the film that fell completely flat, as a non-Tamil speaking viewer, one thing I couldn't look past were the jarring subtitles created by Amazon Prime Video. Not only is the spacing all over the place, many words throughout the film clump together. It in several instances is also grammatically incorrect. A similar problem existed in Pon Magal Vandal, but the subtitles in Penguin were a total mess. Many Telugu-speaking viewers also complained about the poor dubbing of the film. You can tell me in the comments below if there is any truth to that. Amateur storytelling and shabby screenplay. The technical feature of the film that sticks out like a sore thumb has to be its poorly executed screenplay. Many thrillers function in a non-chronological format, but are designed to showcase scenes from different timelines almost seamlessly. Penguin presents a very amateur way of connecting the dots. Every 15 minutes or so, the camera will zoom into a character leading to a black and white cross dissolve to go to a flashback. This almost becomes a regular feature and a very generic storytelling tool that does not engage the audience but made me impatient, as the movie till it hits the hour mark never really gets to the point. The mysticism around the antagonist is presented in glimpses but never really develops an atmosphere of horror around it. To make matters worse, whenever the character comes in close proximity with the protagonist, the action sequences are shot extremely awkwardly, changing the pace in several intervals, abrupt jump cuts. It all becomes a weird mess. In many ways, the movie, despite the vast landscape in which it is set, apparently over 100 kilometers of dense forest area, seem to be still presented like a stage play. Characters come in and out of scenes as if coexisting in a small proximity. An accident sound will take place and in will come a wounded man. His car, nowhere to be seen. The number of times Rhythm loses sight of Ajay becomes slightly comical, leaving her hand and the boy disappears like flash in a millisecond. There are these long drawn out sequences also where there are songs that play. Songs that are weirdly uplifting, but it is matched by dramatic visuals, which created an awkward viewing experience. The storytelling is definitely jarring in several instances. horrible climax. The most anticlimactic aspect is the big reveal in the film. The movie keeps on showing us glimpses of the mysterious individual, and we wonder, what is the person's motivation? Why are they creating havoc in the town? I have to sadly confess that the payoff is not worth the time spent on the movie. First of all, the moment you think that the movie is over, it drags for another 30 minutes to create another layer. The antagonist or the big reveal in the climax does not possess glimpses of a jaw-dropping moment. It's shabbily executed and you will honestly scoff at the motivation of the villain. Not for a single second did I jump out of fear or panic. And this is me watching the film in a dark room at 2 a.m. I want to conclude by saying, if you technically look at it on the surface, the concept of the film is such that it could develop into a mysterious and engaging thriller. A pregnant mother finding her child is extremely basic, but the movie aimed to shed light on topics such as Stockholm Syndrome and how difficult it is for children to reach some form of normalcy due to a traumatic past. But Penguin falters exponentially due to its shabby execution. It definitely falls into the category of a trailer that hyped us up, expecting another Ratchasan, but completely disappointed us when the final product came out. If you're looking for an engaging thriller, especially that showcases the bond between mothers and their children, I would recommend films like Mom, Matra, Kahani, and even the recently released Jyotika starrer Pon Magal Bandal. Beyond just Keerthy Suresh being genuine and a black Labrador I want to adopt, it does not offer anything unique. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.